Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and we are back again with another video. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little bit of Premier League recap, preview. I mean, talking about every game. Man City go to Fulham, Chelsea face Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa could end Ten Hag's era. Eras do come to an end, and Ten Hag did say that, so his era might come to an end very soon. Arsenal are going to face Southampton off the back of domination in Europe against PSG, and of course, we're gonna also have to speak about the 12:30 kickoff: Crystal Palace at home versus Liverpool, and Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. It's going to be a very interesting day indeed, where we're going to have a lot of different discussions and different topics where we need to talk about. We also need to talk about a certain Chelsea situation. Looks like their recruitment team is on point with these guys performing midweek that they wanted it. But hey, before we go any further, I'm just going to introduce my guests. Hope you guys are well in the chat. Do me a favor, please do hit that like button, please do hit that subscribe button, and let's get the show started. I'm gonna add my boy KAS into the building. KAS, what's good, bro? By the way, I seen you started a new channel. I put the link in the description. Hopefully everyone goes follows your channel. But what you been up to?
Same old shit. Getting
You're
roasted.
happy. You're happy. Man United new era is coming.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
But
We'll see on that one.
That laugh right there. I know you're gassed. Don't lie. But hey, it's like I want to know. Did you do a video when he got hired? When Ten Hag got hired?
Probably
or
not.
Were you doing content?
No, I was, but I was just a bit late. Like, he got hired in May, innit? I had started 2 seasons ago, technically 3, but yeah, I started in 2022. So yeah, so I would have missed out.
Fair enough. And then we got Ahmed in the building. Ahmed, what's good, man? Chelsea's flying. Your boys keep winning games. They're doing it even in the Conference League without Cole Palmer. It's a good time for you. What are you saying?
Yeah, man, game to game, you know what I mean? As I always say before, we're going strength to strength and hopefully continue to improve on the trajectory I want. So, be up Chelsea, man. I'm always happy about it, man. Always happy.
Yeah, Armand's been avoiding my channel lately.
No, bro, I told you, we'll talk privately, but Friday these days has been a bit more busier actually for work in the morning. That's why. But that's the reason why.
The guy's been avoiding me, man.
No need to avoid.
He's not that
guy. Avoiding me.
No need to avoid. No, of course not.
He doesn't want to hear no other rival fan praise his team but himself, man. That's
all. We got Jay in the building also. Your boy Brendan Johnson's on fire. They're calling him R9. Blasphemous stuff I'm seeing.
Nah, Richarlison's R9.
Like, they're did you not see your Twitter account? They posted.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of comedy for the old social media.
That's criminal. That's criminal.
We're all good. He's funnily enough, Brennan's now hit 20 GA since the beginning of last season.
That's impressive. Good.
I thought so. I
didn't think you'd be able to do that. But hey, fair enough. He has really stepped up since the North London derby. But I wanted to get on to a topic quickly. Do you guys think the UCL has been a little bit different because of the format? Like, I feel like the games, like Arsenal won their game, and it's a big game. We face PSG, but it just kind of seems like because there's 8 games, I feel like the early games seem almost meaningless or not as important.
Do you want to know what the issue is, Igal? The issue is you want plaudits. Yeah, you want people to praise Arsenal. And
no, like, I'm actually sitting here talking about
the way I look at it is a lot of people look at the PSG team, and I'm going to be honest, they don't look that impressive. I think it's more the legacy of PSG's name you beat rather than because look at it, Muani, Kangin, Barcola, Destiny Du. A season and a half, 2 seasons ago, it was Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. It's been, these young players, they need time. But yeah, it was an impressive win for Arsenal, but it's not going to get. The thing with this competition is that 24 teams make it through. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite hard to be eliminated. Do you know what I mean? So you are going to lose some of the. You're going to lose some of the risk factor and the oh shit, this might happen. The format change has probably given us more good matches, but the importance of winning in those good matches is probably diluted.
Facts, because you guys watch the second group league phase matches. it lacked the intensity. Like I felt like Aston Villa beat Bayern, huge win for Aston Villa, huge win. And KAS off the back, you know they're going to be facing you this weekend. But did it really feel like that was a big blow to Bayern's Champions League campaign? Because it didn't really feel like that to me.
I'm not too sure, man. It's, you know what, with Champions League and Champions League group games, and even just games in general in the groups, or it's league phase now, we can call it, right? You can't really judge things too early, because these teams, like, when they want to turn it on, they will turn the gas on, and that's when mentality comes through in it. So that's that. So I just wanted a question for Jay. Did you say about PSG? You said it was an impressive win, but you're not really rating it too much. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
I was saying that the win is an impressive win because of the name of PSG. But I'm saying
not the performance enough.
I know, I thought the performance was good by Arsenal too. I'm just saying that the team that they beat, the actual players, like the opposition, it was less impressive than being.
Wait, so let's get one thing straight, because you've been crediting Brennan Johnson, and you played against one carrier bag. Two,
mate, these two things don't. These two things. No, guys. These two things have nothing to do with each other.
They do coexist.
They have nothing to do with each other. Did I say Havertz's performance wasn't impressive because he scored? No. I'm saying I'm reacting explicitly to Gal's question about why people reacted less emotionally as to Arsenal beating PSG. Specific question. Yeah. So I see what you're trying to do there.
So he's gassing at Brennan Johnson. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, that scored against a United team that's just not trying. Let's get one thing straight. But you know what? You know what we'll do though? Brennan Johnson's finishing is 100%. He's got that something in his bag, in his locker at the moment. And I'm not gonna not rate that part. But obviously, Jay likes to gas the thing up, because obviously it's Tottenham. But he scored against carrier bag, Ferry Vamos, whatever they called, Ferry Vamos, whatever the best Hungarian team, who gives a dog. He scored against a Coventry in the final minutes, which I'll take that. And then obviously the Man United, who don't give a shit. So that's what we're gonna guess.
You know what? To bring Ahmed's team into
it,
he has the same thing with Christopher Nkunku. He's their top scorer, and who did he score against?
Sounds like he scored against Servette. He scored against Servette, which are a bunch of napkins, and he just scored against ladies and gents.
Right.
So
and he got a hat trick versus Borough.
To be fair, you know, this is one thing I will say about him, and if I may, listen, just on the Champions League stuff. I think in the Champions League, I just think this is going to say 8 games now. You've got 2 more extra games in here, and also it's like a table thing, isn't it? Now, so I think with teams, I think they're just trying to vary how they at least, you know, attempt to actually win the stuff. PSG, let's not get to say, I'm a big fan of the new PSG team. I like a lot of the players on there. I'm a big fan of Barcode. I'm a big fan of Doué. A lot of these guys are talented. They're a talented bunch, but they're probably a year or 2 away from like maybe the level they need to be, because they're in a rebuilding phase. So that's one thing I will give them. That's one thing I will give PSG for. So listen, Duran, man, the next year, the year after, PSG will be cooking for sure. In my personal opinion.
My point is taking a snapshot of where they are right now versus where they're going to be. They're rebuilding, and because it's PSG, you don't think PSG rebuild? They rebuild, and you know these players will improve. But my thing just on an individual performance point of view, like I was more rating how Arsenal approached it. Another mature performance, like in terms of the nuance of the actual performance, I'm not really getting into that. And obviously, I'm sure we'll get to Brennan. But the thing is that with someone like, there's no mean feat to score 5 games in a row. Yeah, and for me, the Brennan's making the difference. All his goals are either first goal or winning goal. Yeah, so it's
one thing I will say about Brennan Johnson before he came to Tottenham. Yeah, one of the things that I was saying, and I knew Chelsea were linked to Brennan Johnson actually. Yeah. While you guys were, he actually had was it 8 goals that he had for Forest in the season? Yeah. So we already had we already knew he had like some sort of level of shooting beats. Obviously, his first season at Tottenham wasn't so good, right? But like
it was decent.
I think for like maybe you know what?
It was for me. It was decent. For me, it was decent. Like,
meh, I'll say meh. I think it's the best.
Underwhelming.
Sorry, just one thing about, because this is the thing I hate when people say this. Brennan got 5 goals and 10 assists in his debut season, right? And his eye test wasn't great. So the first thing that tells me is this guy is contributing 15 GA and he doesn't explicitly look to be playing well. What do you think he's going to do once he looks like he's playing well when he's already contributed whilst not looking good? To me, bro, listen, you read Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo would kill for Brennan Johnson.
Jay's definitely got Amad Diallo.
You know what?
Numbers, bro. Let's not do this about Brennan.
Can I have a short reply on this all year? If Amad Diallo was playing under a competent manager and enough of a system, I guarantee if he had Brennan Johnson's place under Ange, he would have more goals and assists.
Bro, he would never play for Tottenham.
The thing is, you know what you're doing right now? You know when you said when or if his performances comes with the goals, we said the same thing about Marcus Rashford, and look where we are. Look where we are. We all say that, but look at Martinelli. When the goals and assists, let's wait for the performance. Look where he is.
That doesn't make sense.
But you know, Amad Diallo and Brennan Johnson are only 1 year apart.
Bro, they're not 1 year apart. They're like 3 months apart. Like,
bro, you know, he's a gal. Yeah, when it comes to rating anyone at United, like all of a sudden, all players at United are absolutely shit. Yeah, that's the scenario. But realistically, it's not hard to down tool any United player. I don't think United players are crap. I just think right now they're all playing as crap. No, we have title winners. We have title winners in there. So,
all right, guys, we're gonna save the United Tottenham talk.
But you know, I wanted to come back to slightly the point.
Let's save the United Tottenham talk.
I want to come back to the Brennan Johnson point. I want to come back to the Brennan Johnson point.
Who are we talking about, by the way?
We're talking about Brennan Johnson, but I just want to introduce Vader and Ding. And let's just put a ball in the Champions League before we move on. Vader, you feel like your Champions League game was kind of like an afterthought?
We'll get back to Brendan. Don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten to the point where City winning Champions League, we move on. It's not until the knockout stages where people start paying attention. So it is.
They added 2 more games for no reason. Then it's not more exciting.
What do you think?
No. Actually, I got to stop.
Do you think you're winning Champions League this year? Quick one, Vader.
Do
you think?
I think we have the ability to. Yes.
No. That's not the question. Do you think?
No, but see.
Oh wait,
Kaz,
no.
Kaz,
I don't. Anyways, continue. About City.
No. But hold on, Kaz. I'm not that arrogant fan to say I'm winning the Champions League. I know
actually
for the league you are.
No, that doesn't. You can't just separate arrogance. He is arrogant. He comes on smirking every stream and all this kind of stuff that I'm on, anyways. That I know of. Vader's definitely arrogant. He can't hide it. Look, he got the smirk right now. Look at him. Look at him. He wants to smile. Look, he's got white. Look at this guy. He's got his white cap on with his white teeth. The exact same color.
Don't let Kaz come on and start running loads of different agendas. He's just.
We heard.
Kaz is running a great press. Kaz is running a great press, man. He's running a great press, Kaz. I can't lie to you, man.
I'm moving like Vega news people yesterday, blood.
I was gonna link the Champions League. I was gonna link the Champions League to the league, but before I do that, Rack, your team playing in the Champions League. Honestly, be honest. You watched the game. You guys won. You wouldn't re-watch that game again, would you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a great advertisement for the Champions League or for Liverpool, but we did enough to win. That's all that matters.
Fair enough.
There are going to be bigger challenges in the Champions League to come. So, yeah.
All right.
All good.
Kaz, you got a big challenge this weekend. The team that you're playing just took down Bayern Munich.
There's no challenge this week. We're not the challenge. We're an easy fixture, bro. This is like you look at a fixture list and you got, that's an easy W, easy W. That's in United right now, bro. And I'm afraid to admit it. That man it's his final hurrah. I can't wait. Just get it over with. And then at least, on the break, I've got something to talk about on my new channel and Never a Foul. So on that notice,
guys, go check it out. Cal's got his new channel. Links in the description.
I refuse to make that channel negative. I don't want to start off negatively. It's bad. It's for me. It gives off a bad impression if anyone news to subscribe.
Kaz,
I don't want to come like that.
But you're not naturally a positive person, Kaz.
I am. I call a positive fan all the time. You know what it is? I try. You know what it is, Jay? Yeah. For me, I know this. You want to talk about my bad, gal, just for going off in a sector, yeah. Because I tried to be that positive. I was out, Ten Hag out by December last year, I was getting hounded for me. Well, how can you not be out here? I'm like, because I believe it was generally the players and everything surrounding it. And then I even gave him the benefit of the doubt personally to see what he can do in it through the summer with the whole backing situation. And then, you know, apparently I'm not allowed to change my mind. I need to stick to my guns because YouTube agendas must stay like agendas in real life. Like, I can change my woman when I want. I can change my thought process when I want. I can change what I want to eat whenever I want. That's the fact. If you got,
so Kaz
you
is
know
telling us he has options in real life, but not in football.
Yeah, but the whole point is like, bro, I'm just not convinced by this dude. But I don't like making negative Man United content. It actually annoys me. But I will be honest when I need to be honest. It's as simple
Fair
as that.
enough. I just wanted to big up Villa for a second. What they did versus Bayern Munich, that stadium, the way they are going to be a problem at home versus every team. What they did to City last year, what they did to us, somehow Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham, you guys all took advantage of them at home. But Liverpool even struggled at home against them. They turn up when they're the underdogs. They turn up, but then against Manchester United, where they're the favorites, could we have a situation where they don't turn up? Because they didn't turn up last year versus Chelsea. They didn't turn up versus Tottenham.
But the thing about Villa, you have to understand, Villa are made for the Champions League. Yeah, not the club, but the team. Yeah, you've got Watkins. Like you've got
Jay. No offense, but can I have someone else talk about Champions League?
What, you mean someone?
Wow, that was nasty work, you know.
It's boring. It's boring. Like Spurs haven't made it as Champions League final in the last 5 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want Arsenal to talk about the Champions League just because they happen to be in it.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
No, what am I doing?
This is why. Are we really going to do this? No.
Listen, listen. I'm not doing the whole. I'm not doing the whole because you support a team that happens
I'm not
to be
doing
in the
that.
Champions League. You have good football opinions. That's washed. That's stupid.
Jay, I'm not doing that.
So what I'm going to say is that Spurs have had the same number of Champions League finals as a number of teams. If we're just doing if you've won the Champions League in the last 3 years, why don't you talk? No one else can talk then. You talk and no one else can talk. The last time Liverpool won the Champions League, they beat Spurs in the final.
You know what?
Why are you acting like we have no Champions League pedigree?
I've got this one.
You don't have Champions League pedigree. You never won.
Bro, what do you mean, bro? What Champions League pedigree do you have?
I said we don't.
This is why I said let me answer. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
No, 1 second. Before he jumped, I finished the sentence by saying same as us.
Yeah, so what do you want to do? Be silent and let Vader talk for 5 minutes.
No.
Vader's trying to trigger people. Vader's been on
season, of getting to a final. Yeah, let's just answer a question. So, you know, typically there's routes to the finals as well. How many quarterfinals and semifinals has Tottenham ever made?
But do you care about
in other seasons?
You want to celebrate failure?
That's exactly what you just did. A final is failure.
Okay. We can segue to Tottenham after we finish the Villa Manchester United.
I was just trying to praise Villa, but like
I'm just saying, final semi-finals.
Jake paid me peace.
The same shit.
Jake paid me.
I was big on Emery.
No, right, he wasn't here. We asked him some honest questions that he couldn't answer, and then he went on the tangent.
What honest questions? This doesn't make sense. I was talking about fucking Aston Villa.
Now he's swearing.
You have no European pedigree.
It's not 9 o'clock yet. The watershed is still
it's silly. It was a silly point by Vader, but I love him, so I'll let him up. The point about Villa is it was silly. It was dumb, but it's okay.
About Villa, give us your prediction for the game.
Which game?
The Villa Man United game.
Bro, I haven't even fucking said my bit about Villa in Europe. What the fuck?
Wow,
let me say my bit about Villa in Europe, and then So Villa in Europe, 4-4-2, mid-low block. Players like Rodgers on the transition. Players like Watkins and Duran up top. Even and credit to Pau Torres, by the way, because Pau Torres was a guy I saw a couple of years ago, and I was like, this guy's a little fragile for the Premier League.
Left foot Lindelof.
And he looks a player now. And my thing about Emery is, he's good for European competitions later on. He's a tactico. So they've got lots of runners, lots of energy, a great tactician, goal scorers. They can play mid-block. Like they're a solid Champions League team already, purely because of the pieces they've got. So onto United, I think United can get something with all of that being said. Because when you look at Villa playing a 50-50 game and things like that, I think you commented on it before, Villa probably would like to play more on the transition, rather than monopolizing the ball. I think United on the counter can get at them. I think United need a result. I'm not sure what the players are saying, and United do look better with Højlund in the team. If I remember United in pre-season with Højlund, they looked all right. He literally missed the whole of everything up until Porto, and you were 2-0 up, and it was going like so. Højlund makes a much better difference than Xerxes because he's a runner and he can stretch the pitch. Yeah, Xerxes and Bruno be standing all over each other, trying to occupy the same space. They don't have
get rid of Bruno, man. Take him out, man. Just take him out. Put Xerxes there, in my opinion.
Listen, I would love. To
you know
see
what? By the way, Bruno is the one that's leading the beef against Ten Hag.
I would love to see United.
Is that why he's getting sent off?
I have
Is
United.
that why he's getting sent off?
Liverpool Villa 2-2.
I don't know. I can't say it. I don't know that.
Bruno's self-sabotaging. I'm telling you. Jay, come back, bro.
Hello.
Anyways, what's your prediction?
Images, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-2. I think United can get something out of this game. Villa, I think, expended a lot of energy in that win against Bayern Munich. Obviously, I'm sure United expended energy in their grabbing a draw from the jaws of defeat, having grabbed that from the jaws of victory on Wednesday night. But yeah, I think United can get something out of this game. I thought they were actually pretty good against Porto at the start before everything fell apart. I still think Villa are a good side. And Duran's a cheat code, so I don't think they'll lose. But I think United could maybe get something.
Talking about Duran, Ahmed, your recruitment team was onto something with Duran and Omorodion.
I wanted Duran and Omorodion. I actually, funnily enough, I was one of the guys that was advocating to bring them in, but they didn't come to my club. People in my football club, the supporters were saying, "How can we get these rubbish guys? They're rubbish, not Chelsea level." And then what happens? They don't come to Chelsea, and then they show why they should be at the football club. But
crazy,
one thing, again, we were about to buy Omorodion, for example, for I think it was like 35 million, 36 million pounds. We almost got John Duran, but Gallagher decided not to go to Aston Villa. He decided against going to Aston Villa because if Gallagher went to Aston Villa, they would have done a swap deal for us for Duran. You look at that now. In hindsight, you know what I mean. But the one thing I will say,
wait. What are we doing? We're doing the could have been at my club.
No, that's not could have been at my club. This is not literally Omorodion. Wait. This is not true. Omorodion literally did a medical for Chelsea. He failed our medical, by the way. That's the reason why he did not come to our football club. We already agreed a transfer fee. Everything was. He was even in London doing the literal, medical, and he failed it. And then that's why Dalfield had to come in through the door. So that was
my goodness. Where Chelsea has fallen. Chelsea have fallen to where they need we got the best player in the league trophy to now the players that could have been at our club trophy. What's happening here?
Listen. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, bro?
The Palmer conversation will be discussed at another point.
Listen, I don't know what's going on Vita today, but listen, Vita, bro. December, we took your best player, and you see what he's doing for my football club. So
I gave him to you. I gave him
to you. Hey, chill out, man. You didn't give me nothing. I mean, we paid you for him, and then
he doesn't
not
even
the plays then. But I think again, I think Chelsea's scouting in general has been really good. That's one thing I will say. Barring really Mudryk, and I think one more player, I would argue. All of our scouting in general has been to a high standard. So I give credit to the new guys that have come in to the team. So that's one thing you have to give the team credit for. But listen, going on to Aston Villa slightly, I want to add a point to Aston Villa. I think they got like 2 UCLs, right? Aston Villa, or like 1 UCL. They've got that. So one, if I'm not mistaken, right? So they've definitely they've got heritage in the in the UCL. So listen, it's always great to see an old side that's won something come back to that level. So listen, big up to Aston Villa for what they did. But I would say 2-0 Aston Villa against United, in my personal opinion. I just think for me, Duran definitely going to come off the bench to score. Like I feel like you will actually eat against your defenders. Like, no offense to any of my United mates, but sadly, that's probably what's going to happen. But I just think for them, the way they play, how they're able to hold onto the ball, I just think stylistically, they're just going to be able to outperform me. That's what it just comes down to for me, stylistically.
Guys, what do you want to happen? Do you want it to be an embarrassment like Watford back in the day when Oli got sacked?
What?
What do you want? Because you want.
He's saying he wants the whole one against Watford.
You want Oli sacked, right?
So he said you want the whole one against Watford. That's basically what he's asking you.
Do you want a Watford situation where you lose like 3 goals?
Yeah, I need a 3-0 minimum.
Okay.
I know this brother's gone anyway. There's a whole meeting. Yeah? So there's monthly meetings, obviously. People don't need to know. The one has been called in quick time for the Tuesday. Yeah, and it's all about Ten Hag. Come up by Laurie Whitwell. The guy is gone. So I know it's all good for me, bro. So I don't know, innit? Start of a new era. How about that? Absolutely.
Okay, so if you were to say that he's sacked,
you're gonna ask
after
who's
this
next.
game, what are you expecting performance from this team? A team that gave up on the manager.
I don't believe this team is shit, but all I know, that effort will just even a little smudge of effort, bro. We've seen it time and time again with every single club that don't want their manager no more. There's always a bounce back, and all the time there's a sigh of relief, which makes you just play that much better.
You want Tuchel?
Why?
No.
Why don't you think? Why don't you think?
I would actually say don't get too cool. Don't get too cool, by the way.
Why do you think these players are shit?
I don't think United players are shit. I think they're misused, and I think
but if they didn't perform, Who's better than what they're showing right now?
Hold on.
No, I want to know which players are.
Jay's on the press right now.
Jay.
When you want to make a point and someone's talking over you, you don't enjoy it. Good to know. Maybe remember that next time.
I don't really talk about it, to be honest. You do it to everybody, and you know what? I will happily go back on the old streams on the Tuesday to find all them clips. I usually go silent when people want to talk over me. I just let you just carry on. I don't mind. I've done this game for too long to know there's no point shouting over one another. So if you want to continue to butt in like you always do,
don't try and be demure and act like you have manners. I was asking you the question: which of the players that you're talking about right now are better than they're currently showing?
I don't know what in the Bridgerton you are talking about with the
What do you mean? I'm asking you which players are better than you are currently showing. Anyway, your players are better than they're showing. Which ones?
So first and foremost, we got to remember since Ollie's left, most of this team has been replaced. By the way, so that's argument is null and void. Quick time. I don't think Rashford is as bad as he is. He's being used as a touchline winger. Bro? Actually, let me take one further. An ISO winger. He tucks in Delo. Technically, he's not a left back, but he can play there. He tuck in Delo and let Lissandro be the wide, technically the wide centre back to leave him on 1v1. We always know. I think anyone with a brain knows if you let Martinez get out wide on a 1v1, that's not his best strength. Why not do that with De Ligt? That's his better strength. Mazraoui is clearly the best technically out of the back line, let's be real, and he doesn't want to invert him. To be honest, I don't even think we need to invert. I think it's just another fancy way of trying to play football these days.
I like this breakdown.
United have 2 holding midfielders that actually complement each other, and they don't get used. They try to use them as dictating midfielders and leave them wide.
Yeah, just gaslighting, man. Big up
I'm
agreeing to Kaz. I'm gaslighting. What the heck is happening here?
One sec. So,
I know your game.
So basically, there's a Casemiro tries to use him in a way he's never been used. And I don't think Casemiro is washed. I just think he's not used correctly. He's getting older, so now we have to look at him a little bit different as well. But at the same time, you've got Ugarte. I'm not saying they're technically both the greatest of players, right? But what I do know, them two work with each other and can make a solid pivot. Bruno Fernandes has regressed so much. But then again, I like to look at Bruno and think, if you're going to use Bruno, use him as more of a second striker, not a guy that keeps coming deep and doing whatever he wants. Because that's where his best thing is. But he can't even do that anymore because the guy's played 6,000 minutes consistently for over 4 years. That's going to regress a player, especially when man runs with like he's got a parachute on. Ahmad is a complete winger.
You don't need to go through the whole team.
Let me ask
which manager you bring in.
Oh my God.
No, so the whole point.
Why are you gonna let him go through the whole team? He's gonna go through
the whole point. I can.
They wants him to say all of this, and then when they lose again, he's just gonna. He's right for the crash.
When they sell 50% of these players, I'm gonna come back to this stream. I'm writing the date of this stream down.
Mate, the thing is, I've seen worse teams getting and managers that are questioned get the better out of their squads that are not so rated. Like we just saw Chelsea go from 12th to the 6th to now what are they doing? It's not that hard of a situation to change.
Yeah.
We all of us, including myself, even though we said we like some of these players, including Mons as well, we were talking about how washed Chelsea are and we don't think they're as good as they are. We said, one sec,
that's a great point.
Tottenham, we said without Harry Kane, they are going to be finishing 8th, if not 9th or 10th, and somehow they got the best out of them and away. So yes, we
do you know what it is?
Not you,
I'm gonna.
But the whole point is, one situation can change the whole outlook on the club. And Agate is not washed. He's elite one. He's won titles, bro. He's not crap. He's utilized wrong. He's just a Uruguayan version of Fred. Yeah, let's be real. Yeah. Let's continue. Casemiro is an actual DM if you just want to use in a mid-block or use him high up the pitch where he's a bit more utilized. It's not hard. Kobe Manu does not have the best engine in the world, and he's been overused last season. Go use him as a more attacking player because that's where he does his best work up the pitch. Xerxes, Højlund. Look how Højlund played against Atalanta. Man only realized that, oh, wait, I'm not using Højlund as a target man no more, but I'm going to use him because he can run the flanks a lot better. Bruv, the guy don't know how to use shit and use players to their strengths.
But then who do you want?
Time after again.
So,
no,
I want to actually... So,
anyway, sorry, just straight. I don't want
Tuchel.
The only way we get Tuchel, in my opinion, is because you're telling me short-term... Anyways, in my opinion, remember this. He wants short term to get us Champions League, which is very much needed, obviously, to get back. Short term, Tuchel will probably go and win you Europa League, innit? That's what he's going to do. But guess what? League form is probably going to get you enough to get 6th or 5th. It might not even matter about that. But the whole point is, he's not going to survive. The guy's management profile of players, especially for England, anyways, is diabolical. He's going to definitely fall out with this group, anyways. And you know what? I think
he'll set you up good defensively.
So I want
to. That's on point.
So what the thing I want to say is that I think when I've seen a lot of people when they've been talking about Chelsea, like Chelsea this and that. Yeah, I think the difference is, and at least with Chelsea, was that we brought in a bunch of new players that we completely overhauled the squad that we had from 2 years ago to where it was now. I think I think United, they've had obviously a few more additions to the squad, but I think on the whole, the squad is, I would say, 60% still the same.
Last 2 seasons, yeah. All right, I can give you names. Manu just coming to the team. Agate basically just coming to the team. Mazraoui just coming to the team. Delict just coming to the team. Yours just coming to the team. Yeah, we can keep going. Andre Onana's just coming to the team pretty much. Højlund, Xerxes, Diallo is just coming to the team. Bro, I can keep giving you names. I've just named you 9 players, and that's not even all of them. There's enough players in the last year, 12, 13 months now, or going on maybe even 14.
They ain't good enough, man.
But the problem is the thing is
another manager can raise the levels.
I think another manager can
players like Mazraoui, Delict, Ugarte, they are not good enough. You went and bought players on sale, on discount, when other clubs are paying £40 million plus for positions.
You did that with one of these guys. You thought
you could cut the corner to the promised land by buying these players. I promise you. I've not seen Timo Werner skin anybody in the last 6 months. But Mazraoui was on roller skates last weekend.
What does that tell you then? What does that tell you then about the players not playing for the manager?
His job is to defend. Don't let Werner.
I can't lie to you, man. We can't say that for Mazraoui just came into the team. Are you really telling me he's down?
Yes, bro. I'm telling you, this guy is not good enough.
No. I'm hoping you hear.
This is where United want to be.
You haven't seen enough to say he's not good enough.
I take Jay. I used to take Jay for someone that sees football in a.
Bro, Mazraoui's not good enough.
Wait, one sec.
Bro, he's not good enough. I'm sorry, he's not good enough.
In the light of cutting, I'm telling you now, yeah. So all of a sudden, yeah, even though it looked kind of shaky, I'd say Bayern's Tuchel, they still got second in the end, and he was still doing quite well in the champs, and they got quite far. They didn't, and they actually lost to who? It was at Real Madrid in the end, yeah, and they just about lost to Real Madrid. and all this kind of stuff. All of a sudden, Mazraoui's not good enough no more.
Bro, he's not good enough.
Wait,
one
second.
The Premier League is not these
Once in your life, shut the fuck
up.
up.
Bro, these players aren't good enough, bro. I'm telling you,
Jay, let him
shut up. They're not good enough. You don't need to tell me I'm wrong. Time will prove me right. That's it.
Honestly,
that's it, bro.
I'm not joking. You and the future of whoever you is gonna have separate rooms, and I can see why.
Nah, bro, because you're trying to say, oh, Mazraoui's good enough because he played for. He's not good enough.
Anyways, I'll continue. Anyways,
you guys are not going to prove each other right.
De Ligt, Mazraoui, Ugarte, however you want to label a lot of these players. No one said they're good enough to win a league, yeah. But one thing I do know, there is a much better squad on paper, in my opinion, anyways, and enough option on there. Maybe not great attacking need to be fair, but if Tottenham can get goals, I'm not being funny. They got Brennan Johnson and they got Richarlison and they got Timo Werner.
None of those players will play for Tottenham.
So by the way, one was 60 minutes. So you want to talk about spending money and all this kind of stuff. One called 60, the other one called 50, and the other one's a loanee. And I can go through it. It doesn't matter how you want to label it. A good enough system will always provide you goals, even in times where your squad or players don't look as good as what they really are, to be fair. That's the whole time when, I don't know why, but Foden gets criticised because he's in a system that works around good players. That's why he looks good. Take him out. Look at England. That's by the way, that's James.
One second. Don't do that. Foden gets criticised because he's considered world class.
Did you see what I mean? Like, one second. Here's an argument against an argument. Yeah, a gal. I'm not trying to go off on Foden, so I don't.
No.
Yeah, don't get very angry when he's gonna start doing the.
I don't even know what Kaz's point is.
If anyone on this panel can tell me right now, Tottenham, by the way, have a better squad,
bro.
They have a better 11.
Other than Jay, a better squad than Man United. Let me know, because we've played 4 competitions, by the way, just like them. So when the season continues going on, you're telling me the best you can serve up at United, this squad is
Listen, okay, Kaz, let's go off on this. We'll go off this topic, but let me just quickly. Spurs, buy people like Porro, by people like Romero, by people like Udogie, You bought people like De Ligt and Mazraoui, The players we bought are better than the players you bought, Categorically, no question. Not only that, the players we bought are on an upward trajectory. They've not peaked. They're babies. Even Romero, 25, oldest. You've bought players on a downward trajectory who've already peaked, who've already shown. Listen, Mazraoui, like, come to the Premier League, play at this pace. Okay, squad player. Cool. No more than one Bissaka. You haven't upgraded. You traded one squad player for another squad player. De Ligt, you'll see about De Ligt. He's not better than Maguire. So once again, sideways step. Ugarte the other night, when you're playing Champions League, you're losing, You're winning. When you were winning, he don't come on. When you're losing, he don't come on. When you had McTominay, if you were losing a game, you might bring McTominay on to save that game. Now, McTominay would have been an option at 3-2 down against Porto last night, but Ugarte was not. But Ugarte took McTominay's place in the squad. Ugarte is not getting played over Casemiro. So I have to ask you, Kaz, what makes you think that Ugarte was a good sided, or he's going to fundamentally contribute?
Let me just stop everyone here.
For a guy who sits on the bench for 50 million.
A simple question.
Let's see how that plays out for you.
Simple question. Rack, who do you think has the better squad? Manchester United or Spurs? Honestly.
I think on paper, you could potentially give it to United. But in reality, we haven't seen that at all. So, but Jay makes a good point about the upward trajectory, downward trajectory part. Not for the first time. I'm sure not for the last.
I can give a response to that, by the way, and it's quite easy.
But in flip side, you could say simple. Maybe somebody else.
When you know what we talk.
What I'm saying is, if some of these guys are on a downward trajectory, maybe if they have shown a higher ceiling previously, maybe you could argue they could get back to that level. I would give it to United on paper.
Well, it's not hard, because you know what is downward trajectories is what gets people their so-called deals. Like, but last time I checked, Bentancur was on a downward trajectory. He come from Juve, top of the tree at that point, right? Kulusevski was on a downward trajectory, and to be fair, he's been questioned as well. Richarlison, downward trajectory at Everton. Brennan Johnson is on no trajectory, and it's not that far up. He can probably enlighten more finishing. That could be the case. You
What's
know,
the
we
difference between those
so,
players
so
and
the
your
whole
players?
point, the thing is, right? My whole case is like he's making his points about downward trajectory.
Man, that's
like,
what he win,
not
man.
every club
Domination.
makes those sort of signings because
They
in
don't.
the market for the market for where it is.
Clubs don't make those signings anymore.
But
Cass,
your club did. So let
No,
me
we
go on your
didn't.
club.
We-
Yes,
bro,
you
we
did.
brought- we
Ye-
brought-
yes, you
bro.
did. Anyways, yes, you did. Anyways, can I keep talking about your squad? You talking about my squad?
Bro,
You
Spurs
talking about my
bought
squad.
Benson
I
Court
let
and
you do. I'm watching
Kulusevski
Mars- I'm watching
2.5
Mars-
years ago.
Bro,
Yeah, they
here we
bought
go.
him 2.5 years ago for small money on loan, and they immediately hit the floor running. Immediately.
How about
added
this
value
though?
to the team.
Ange might just be a better manager than Poch.
We didn't
Hence
have
why
Ange,
he's
we had
better
Conte.
performances.
We had Conte when we bought him.
I can't lie to you though. I mean, to be honest, I think Ange was able to get a better offering from the players, but at least the club backed him. That's the difference. The club backed him and brought him players that actually made him just.
So let me round out that point then. That's the whole point. So when I look at like probably reactionary about a bunch of players out easy looking garbage, he said Conte, but I'm saying Ten Hag, same thing, not getting the best out of a good group of players still. Anyways, so it's the same kind of thing.
It's not the same thing. You spent 60 million on Ugarte, you spent 20 million on Bentancur, and Bentancur is better.
How much did you spend on Richarlison? How much did you spend on Brennan? How much did you spend on
60 million?
How
And he
much
scored
did you
more
spend
goals
on-
than
how
Højlund
much
last
did-
season.
one
We
sec,
spent
one
50
sec.
on Richarlison, and he
How
scored
much did you
more
spend on-
goals than
Oh
your
my God.
golden boy striker.
The whole point is, yeah, United will
What
always
is the whole
compare
point?
more.
The players
It's not
we're
about- it's not
buying
about the
are
money.
giving
It's
a
not
hint of value. Yours
It's not about
aren't.
the money. It's not about at the end of the day. It's not even about sometimes the value and all this. There were downward players, yeah. At the end of the day, and guess what? One manager makes a difference of a situation. But when you look at their squad, look at thin it is, yeah, and you type squad. This is why it's easy. They got an Archie Gray on the bench. They got a flipping Bergvall on the bench. They barely got an attack on the bench, right? The midfield is probably, I would say, it's sorted. I quite like their midfield option.
I think Archie Gray's a decent player though, bro. I don't know about you.
Yeah, but
I think Archie Gray's a decent player.
But we're talking about squad's potential.
Guys,
Bro, we have Zuma
One second,
and Bentancur.
Honestly,
We have
this
Zuma
conversation-
and
One
Bentancur,
second,
who are both
guys.
better than
Guys.
Now,
Ugarte.
can I make a point, bro?
One second.
What
one
are we
second.
doing?
One second. We're here to preview the weekend. We haven't done more than one game, and we're 40 minutes in. Can we breeze through some of the games that aren't gonna be big talking points quickly?
Yeah,
and then come back to the discussion? Okay, so we're Aston Villa, Manchester United. Everyone's going with the Aston Villa victory except for.
Do you know what the maddest
Jay,
thing
who
is?
went
Yeah?
for a draw.
That motherfucker's got Brighton, yeah, away, and my manager's on a downward spiral, but his one might not even beat Brighton on the weekend. So
Okay, so what's your prediction for the Brighton game? Let's talk about it.
I think Brighton win 2-1 anyways, personally, because I think
Don't let your
Brighton are at home.
They both play high lines. They both play high lines, and frankly, I'm not really digging Tottenham's performances anyways. And you know what?
Waffle. What can you mean? Waffle.
Can I have my opinion without your Botox getting involved?
No, bro.
So anyways,
No. What's my smooth forehead got to do with fucking anything? Let's be clear about
anyways,
all right, 1 second. Stop. 1 second. Vader, you haven't gotten a word in the whole show pretty much. What do you think about Tottenham versus Brighton, bro?
Clearly I'm not needed on this show, but Brighton Spurs.
Were you ever?
Hey, just like City.
Definitely needed last round.
I like it. Jay's got a big weekend, man, because Jay's been talking heavy. Jay has been talking heavy, and I didn't think that a win over.
Talking heavy. What? Hold on. Stop.
Let him finish.
No. Stop this narrative.
Can you
me
remove
saying
him, please?
Spurs are
Just
better than
remove him.
United
Can I
off
petition?
the
Can I
back
make a
of beating
petition?
United
Can
3-0
I remove
is
Jay?
not
Oh
me
my
talking heavy.
For 5
It's
minutes,
me
for 5 minutes.
acknowledging we smashed these guys up last week.
Jay, can we
Go on,
move
Vader.
on to?
Sorry, I don't like it when people say this, but go on.
Okay, we need to move on. What if United beat Aston Villa? Will Ten Hag stay? No, Ten Hag is leaving no matter what on Tuesday, apparently. So
What? Who said that? Wait. Where's that report come from?
just on the stream. Are you not listening?
No, I was maybe you know all the stuff that's happening. It was crazy, bro. I'm honest,
Your brain wants to switch on. There's an emergency meeting, as they call it. You know, as YouTubers will call it these days, anyways. On Tuesday, and it's all about Ten Hag, and it's from Laurie Whitwell. It's all about Ten Hag. Even a Glazer's flying it.
All right, guys, let's go give Vader back the floor. I want to get your predictions for Tottenham Brighton so we can move on to the next game and try to get through some of these games so we can hit the good talking points.
Yeah. My apologies. I didn't mean to say that Jay was talking heavy. Jay was talking light. All right, let me take that back. He was talking light after the United win. I'm expecting Spurs to continue what they've been showing us, right? They win in Europa, they're winning in the league versus United. This momentum, this they're expected to win. Brighton's good. I think it's going to be a great test in terms of both philosophies manager-wise. But yeah, Spurs should win this one. I'm giving Spurs a 2-1. A 2-1.
2-1. Jay, what you saying? We already spoke a little bit about Spurs already.
Yeah,
you gave your thoughts on Brendan Johnson.
Again, we need to win. Brighton don't move me. They don't move. I'm sorry, they don't move me.
But your team does.
Yes, I believe my team is better than Brighton. I believe that they're doing what we're trying to do, but we have better players and we have a better way of doing it. So to me, what do you mean? Oh my gosh, it makes me. You cannot. There's no underlying numbers where Brighton are better than Spurs. There's nothing. There's nothing to justify you thinking Brighton better than Spurs. Nothing whatsoever.
No underlying numbers.
There's no underlying numbers.
You guys are 1 point behind each other in the league table.
Pardon?
Well,
you guys are 1 point apart in the league table.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna try and say like Brighton, what? Brighton, and I know I'm setting myself up here, but Brighton, I'm looking at Brighton, and I'll be pissed if my team drop points in this game. We're better than them. We have better players. We have a better manager. We have a better system. We must win this game. So I'm going 3-1. But yeah, there's no.
You know the maddest thing. You know what the maddest thing. I hope for your sake, Jay, if we come on here next week, which we will be, I'd like to hope, and you haven't won. And we only sit.
Bro, it doesn't bother me. You were talking stupid last week about Man United Tottenham.
By the way, yeah, but things change anyways, yeah. But you're being talking super heavy, as we've been told and enlightened by Mr. Vega here. If Man United only sit 3 points off you by next week after we lose, if you look, I wonder what the outlook would be for Tottenham then. Because we're an embarrassment. We're so shit, and we're such an embarrassment. I wonder what that makes in 3 points.
By the way, 1 second. We're gonna move on.
Bro, don't start narrative. Don't try and build a straw man argument so you can knock it down. I said Spurs are better than United. That's it. I said some of your players are on downward trajectories. That's it.
All right, guys.
Is what your brain is trying to fill the gap.
I need to enlighten you, by the way.
We need to move on to the next topic, please.
It's for context, by the way, because this guy wants to talk about what I've said about last week. Remember, he said he sits in the same apartment as Liverpool.
No, I didn't. I said if Liverpool want to say
don't do that.
This is my point, guys. You don't listen to me.
I'm going receipts, by the way. Just check
you don't have receipts.
Guys, we're going to be here all day.
Right, go on, bro. Move on.
We got to move on to the next game.
Don't lie for the views, guys.
Is anybody else going with Brighton? Because I think it's going to be a tight Tottenham win, like a 2-1.
No, I think Tottenham's gonna put the sort of Brighton. Like I think when I was watching us play against them, like the thing is, bro, that high line they play, yeah. They've got speed, in at least with Werner, with Brendan Johnson, to be able to just cut through that, and then it's just about putting a ball into the box for Solanke for a tapping. That's all it comes down to, literally. And I'll be real, 3-1 is a respectable scoreline.
There you go. Wow. We're gonna actually speak to Rack quickly before we speak about his club. Rack, did you give your prediction on Brighton Tottenham?
No, I did want to say, look, I'm a big fan of how Brighton have been run. What they've done since they've come up has been exceptional. But I was in shock when I saw them last week. It's the first time I watched Brighton properly this season. I think they've had good results so far this season. But the way they played, it was reckless. It was almost like bordering on negligent. It was crazy. And yeah, look, Spurs have got the tools to be able to hit them on the break if they're going to play like that. Is it at Brighton, right?
Yeah.
See,
the manager wasn't there last week. He was suspended.
Last season I would have gone with Brighton, but honestly, that last week kind of shook me in my confidence in Brighton.
Last week their manager was suspended. That's why they played that shit.
No, he was there, bro. He was there.
He was suspended, no?
No, he was there. No, his red card thing got it's suspended. It got suspended. So he was. So the manager was there, bro.
Chelsea did a job on him.
Ultimately, just because even if he was suspended, that doesn't mean all of a sudden the team is given carte blanche to bloody start going playing crazy. That's how he wants them to play.
Rax as well. Did you see them against Arsenal in the first half when they played Arsenal?
They were terrible.
Thank you. They were terrible against you in the first half when they played. Do you see when United went to their stadium? I swear United outplayed them for half the game.
The problem is, bro,
United are bad, right?
The thing is though, like one thing I would say, Brighton, they particularly once you can get them on a cow quite easily. Like I remember watching the first game of the season against Everton. Everton got them on the cow multiple times. United got them on the cow multiple times. Or you can just get them on the cow, get the ball, 1-2 passes, and you're in.
Yeah, but that's
all right,
guys.
We're almost about to do an hour, and we've only done a couple of predictions. Just trying to get through, because wallahi, we're never going to get through these.
You go. I'm watching the stream with my nephew. He's got a prediction. What are you saying?
2-1 Spurs.
This is Kasim. Kasim's my nephew.
Yeah.
2-1 Spurs.
Nice, Kasim. I like you, Kasim. You make more sense than Kaz.
All right. All right. Kaz, you gave your prediction already, right?
Yeah, Brighton win is 2-1.
All right. Let's go Man City. Man City, there's a bunch of talking points. First of all, Foden has been trending. People are saying this guy's not world class. They're talking about Man City not being able to win games without Rodri. All the stuff that you're
worried about. Is that you, Gal, or is this that? You know,
no. This is Talking Camps. He said it on the Don Robbie channel the other day. He's basically like, when Phil Foden is needed for England, doesn't step up. When Phil Foden is needed for Man City, all of a sudden he can step up. It's almost like only in the right environment he can step up. If I'm not mistaken, world-class players, his words, not mine, step up in every environment, and they don't necessarily need the right environment for them to perform. So, hey, what do you got to say about people criticizing your boy, your star, Phil Foden? And also, what do you think about this weekend? How do you think you're going to fare?
Yeah, man. Great questions. Great show. If you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. What I want to point out is when we have conversations about managers, either we're on the side that managers matter or managers don't. So was Southgate good enough to get the system right for the players that he had? I'm saying no. Foden not looking good internationally has nothing to do with his ability. Has nothing to do whether he is a quote unquote what is it? He is a system player. He is a world-class player.
Maybe, but you just proved your own point.
What did
he said Southgate didn't. He just said Southgate wasn't really giving him the thing that he needed to act. So that's why he didn't give him the system.
Yeah, but not many players look good under Southgate. So does that mean none of those players were world-class? All right. I want to point out that Foden. Yeah, I got you, man. I want to point out that Foden was the player of the season last year for a reason. He's nice like that for a reason, and the reason why he's taking shots is because. Yeah, he's had some things to deal with off the pitch. He hasn't been playing. So all these rivals can take their shots right now. All these rivals can question how good he is and whether he is that guy. I have no problem with him being doubted. I have no problem. He's done it all. He scored in Champions League. He's performed versus some of the biggest clubs, Real Madrid. He's won titles, and he carried. Yes, him and Rodri carried us last season. Now, is he going to be that guy this year without a Rodri? I don't know. Are we going to win this title without Rodri? I don't know. Is the title wide open? 100%. Igal, if you're not winning it this year, I don't know when you're winning it. I don't know when you're winning it. You have a novice, you have a first-year manager at Liverpool, and you have Rodri and KDB possibly out for the majority of this season. If you're not winning it now, I don't know when you are. Now, another thing with regards to my club.
The thing is, the story is not about me. It's about you right now.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring it. Yeah. So now when I said now to talk about my club, this upcoming game, Fulham, before the international break.
Up the Chelsea.
I'm expecting City to do what they do.
Out the Chelsea.
We should be winning this. We should be winning this game.
Why are you not including Chelsea in the title race? They should get inclusion too.
Chelsea in the title.
Chill out.
I don't let me
breathe.
Hey, love
no. You Chelsea fans telling me you have the best
squad in the league. I remember Cole Palmer is the best player in the league. So on that note, let's go with it.
Cole Palmer is the best player in the league. Caicedo's the best midfielder in the league.
Listen. You know,
Jackson is one of the best strikers in the league right now.
Malagusto is one of the best right backs.
Sancho is a baller.
We'll talk about Chelsea later.
A lot of what's being said is true, but also you need to factor in the age, the time that's needed. You know what I mean? It's still not there.
And guys, why are we overlooking Man City? Vader's right. We're overlooking Man City.
Why are we overlooking? They don't have no Rodri. I don't want to hear it. We don't have Rodri.
We don't have Rodri. It's gonna be a wide open league title chase.
Are you playing?
No, but listen, you and many other rivals told me that I was Rodri FC. If Rodri's gone, if Rodri's gone, what are we talking about now?
Hey,
right?
I'm expecting world-class Phil Foden to step up.
Well, world-class Phil Foden showed what he was all about last season, why he was player of the year last season.
Why hasn't he
the
shown it
same this
versus
season.
Newcastle and Arsenal?
One season wonder then.
Wonder. Let the man.
Why didn't he show it in the Euros? Why didn't he show it in the World Cup?
No, I'm not talking. I could care less about what he does for England. I could care less. If you want to bring that up, the reason why many of you want your players to have niggles and not play in these friendlies, I'm the same way. I could care less about international football. Now, what he does for my club,
I can't wait for League Arsenal, though, man. I'm not gonna cat.
No, Foden, the bomb in the den. One second. You know how this is BS? You know how this is BS?
Second left back.
One second. You know how this is BS? One second. Didn't you care that Rodri was a Ballon d'Or candidate because of his performances for Spain in the Euros?
Yeah, but
surely you cared about Rodri being a Ballon d'Or candidate.
Let's start with Gal, man.
Yeah, man.
Can we talk about one thing at a time? With regards to Ballon d'Or, you have to include all of that stuff. If we're talking about Phil Foden, I'm talking about Phil Foden for City. Now, Phil Foden for City, there's a reason why everyone keeps comparing their players to him, right? What do you do, Egal? Every time you got a player that gets an assist off a corner, oh, Saka versus Foden. Now I got the Bridge talking. I got Bridge Nation want to talk about a player that I sold him, that I gave him, and want to say that I made a mistake giving him this player. Now talking about the best in the league. Bro, relax, guys. You keep comparing your boys to my star boy for a reason.
Bro, your guy's
not comparing him to him, mate. My boy's already clear. He's already clear of it. He's already clear of it.
The guy's a grown-ass man. He's not a star boy.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing, man.
So wait, if he's a wait, was Saka still a star boy then?
No, he's a grown-ass man.
They're both grown men. Yeah, that was good.
Starman. There we go. Starman. That's it, man.
What about Palmer? Palmer's 2 years younger. Does that mean he's a star boy then?
Star boy, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
we got Ethan Waneri. He's the next generation of star boys. Anyways,
he's cold. I don't know Waneri hate, man. He's good. For a 17-year-old. You got deep it. He's 17. You know.
He's 17. Yeah, it's crazy.
You remember when Foden was 17 once?
Vader. I don't expect you to drop points to Fulham, but if you drop points to Fulham, at home, that's when there's gonna be inquiry on Sunday. I'm gonna be suited and booted, ready to go.
Okay.
Inquiry on what? Are you gonna talk with Chess about City not winning the league? If I drop points?
There is going to be evidence.
No,
shown.
talk with Chess. I don't want to hear about there will be.
Bro, if you guys drop points to Fulham, I'm talking top 4 race. Forget title race.
Okay, are you claiming the league if I drop points?
If you drop points to Fulham, I'm saying Man City are no longer in the title race.
Oh, okay. No, you go. All right. This guy is setting us up for failure, bro. You are setting us up for failure.
If they drop points to Fulham,
where's that?
All I'm saying is Man City.
You mean they drop points at Fulham?
No, obviously they're not. But I'm saying if they do, then at that point, that would be 3 successive games after Rodri got injured.
Can I ask you a question? If you drop points against Southampton, which you have done recently, and you lost the title race due to that draw as well, what does that make you? Are you also out of the title race?
Bro, if we don't beat Southampton by 4 goals, we're idiots.
Are you out the title? No, that's not the question. Answer the question. Are you out the title race?
No. Listen, I'm not saying we're out of the title race. I'm just simply saying I'm looking at Man City different. By the way, you guys didn't ask me what my prediction is for the Arsenal game. One second. You guys want to know what my prediction is for the Arsenal game?
You're saying Man City are only going for the top 4.
One second. You guys want to know what my prediction is for the Southampton game?
I don't know what to say, man. I'm speechless.
Wallahi, if I tell you guys what my prediction is for the Southampton game, you're going to be shocked.
He's going to say 5-0, 6-0.
7-0, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's not really, but again, that's not really unexpected, though. Like, you should be beating them 5-6-0.
We're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat them so bad. We're gonna go for that Manchester or that record 9, whatever you guys scored.
Well,
Jay and Rax took themselves off camera because of the craziness that you're talking about right now. If I happen to drop points versus Fulham, I'm not out of the title race. Don't do that.
I'm not saying you're out of the title race, but there's going to be major investigations.
Okay, ask all the questions you want. Yeah, ask all the questions.
At that point, with 3 successive games where you drop points, I'm going to be looking at your team like, are you guys might really be Rodri FC, and without Rodri,
wait, who did they draw to? Who did Man City recently play?
Newcastle, Arsenal, and now if they drop points to Fulham,
we might be putting all of our attention in Champions League if that's the case.
And that's why I'm saying
big
it's not
Pep
unrealistic.
Guardiola. No chance. He's definitely looking at the league.
I'm trying to give Egal talking points. That's why. No, listen, we play for everything.
That was a nice one. Vader, on a serious note, though, what's your score prediction for the Fulham game? Clean sheet?
No, we don't keep clean sheets. Clean sheets are done in the past. We want rivals to be able to talk about, oh, we got the best, we got the Golden Glove keeper. Like you guys brag about that stuff.
Vader, who have you been on streams with? Who is this person? And what have they done with the Vader that I know and love? Who's been filling you with the troll narrative?
Watch the Vince McMahon documentary.
What is that? What it is? Is it?
He's been under the cosh for a while now, for the last few performances. So now he's doing the gimmick. Now he's doing the gimmick.
WWE heel. Yeah. Guys, let him finish so we can move on to Liverpool because I feel like.
No, let's not do this. I'm Canadian. I'm a nice guy by nature. Right?
Bro, you are Canadian, isn't it? You're not even. I'll keep calling you American.
Man's from Rexdale, bro.
He's trying to move like Bret Hart now. He's moving like Bret Hart, man. He's in his Bret Hart CWC.
I watched the documentary. Yeah, that was cold. It made me miss wrestling. You know, I'm actually gonna watch wrestling.
I couldn't stop watching it. It was so good.
Well, you guys don't watch wrestling?
I watch wrestling. I actually watch wrestling.
Acknowledge him. I'll try
to chill out. I don't know Jim. He's a fraud. That guy's a fraud. I don't care what anyone tells me.
It's off topic, but let Vader finish, and then we can finally move on to the Liverpool game.
Let Bret Hart finish.
Oh, my goal.
Let Bret Hart finish, man. Let Bret Hart finish. We don't want to screw. We don't want to give him a screw job. Like, you know what happened to him last week.
Yeah, you definitely watched the documentary recently.
The best there ever will be. I'm gonna say for my score prediction for Fulham, Brett. Oh, okay.
No, don't do that. We're not doing that, bro. That's my guy, man. You can't do that, bro.
We're gonna talk off stream if he's talking.
Yeah, we can't do that, man.
Score prediction versus Fulham. We can't keep a clean sheet. I do expect some goals. 3-1.
That's the bottom line.
3-1.
All right. I'm just gonna say, is it crazy for me to predict 7-0 versus Southampton on a real one?
No, it's not.
Southampton are terrible.
You're gonna have 7 set piece goals.
No. We can actually score open play goals. Come on.
You know what? If Southampton
is set piece your leading goals? Sorry, Kaz, go on.
No. I was just saying.
I was asking, is set piece your leading goal scorer?
Our leading goal scorer right now is, if I'm not mistaken,
I need a drink.
Is Trossard, no?
How many goals does Trossard have?
I forget.
I think you're saying is set piece your leading goal scorer?
No. I honestly do agree with him though, because we have a 20 goal a season set piece coach.
Yeah.
No, and then like the question he's asking me is that, you know, like how you score goals. It's the most amount of goals he scored in open play.
No.
Is Gabriel your top league goal scorer?
Once again,
that's crazy.
Havertz has 3 goals in the league.
How many does Gabriel have in the league?
Gabriel has 2.
No.
Yeah, Gabriel has 2.
Yeah, but
goals.
But you're not understand the point we're making. We're saying how many goals do you have from open play?
How many from set pieces?
Yeah, and how many goals from set pieces?
How many goals have scored? I think we've already scored 4 set piece goals.
Yeah, that's more than any other player individually.
Yeah.
No, but Kai Havertz has more than Kai Havertz has a goal in the League Cup, 3 goals in the Premier League, a Champions League goal already. So that's what is that? 5?
He must have scored one of those goals from a set piece.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep it real though. Arsenal can open up and destroy these championship sides. Like, I know they're in the Premier League, but Ramsdale's there. We're gonna know how to beat Ramsdale. We know trick of the trades against Ramsdale. We should be able to beat him.
Could we say the same thing about Ramsdale also knows you?
Ramsdale might know us, but he might. But we're learning new things. Like, I feel like we know his weaknesses.
So why is Ramsdale not learning new things? Why does it only apply for Arsenal?
He's in a shit team, bro. We're gonna be able to get to him.
Welcome, Kaz. Now you're starting to understand how this works. Arsenal grow and develop. Everyone else exists in a vacuum. That's how it works.
No. On a serious note, though, I do think Southampton are very, very poor side. We're going to be able to destroy them.
You should score 5.
I don't think they're poor.
Are they your weakest opponent?
Are they our weakest opponent? We played Leicester last week. They made it pretty difficult. So yeah.
How many goals did you score? So scoring 9 goals? No.
We scored 4 goals on an XG of like 5.
Hey, maybe Ramsey might be on smoke. Ramsey might be on smoke. Maybe you thinking revenge.
Honestly, guys, if we don't win by a 3-goal margin, I'll be kind of disappointed.
You know what? Can we get one thing that needs to get taken out of football is XG stat. That
Thank you.
That is the worst stat ever, by the way.
Because you know XG.
You know why? You know why I hate XG? Yeah, because I've seen where City scored like last season. I can't remember. They scored like 6 goals against Bournemouth, but the XG was something like 2.3. It was something stupid. I was like, what? When I looked at another game, I think it might be one that Arsenal played in.
Why did I miss this?
With Arsenal in it, and on the eye for me, Arsenal were peppering it, but the XG was low. I was like, wait, they look like they're peppering. It was like 0. I was like, wait, they're peppering them though. But
you know what it is, yeah.
It's a goal expected. They rate the chance, but you know what it is for me is how it's whoever does a whole rating of chances. What do you classify as a big chance or a big threat? Like what's the determination?
A goal scoring opportunity higher than 0.03.
Yeah, but then that's
so it has to be a 30% chance.
No. Yeah. 0.3.
You know what there needs to be? You know what there needs to be? But there needs to be, bro. Before you go, Katia, there needs to be personalized XG. Because like that's the thing that what I mean by that. What I mean by that. Wait. What I mean by that. What I mean.
Wait. And Haaland have to have a higher XG.
No, because like because there should be basically times where like a PXG would like be like a personalized one where when a player shoots on that position, we should know at least from when they've shot from there, how many of those have gone in and how many has gone out. That's actually much better.
You want the replays with the shot line.
Exactly. That's actually a much better, I think, for me, a median. Rather than just the average.
Rather than people actually going back and actually watching games and stuff like that, right? And actually just actually embracing football for what it is, isn't it? I go back and probably watch games on speed times 2 sometimes, like so I can just flick through the game and just get in. But people will look at XG. People look at XG, and I think it ruins footballing opinions. The people not everyone.
Yeah. No,
I think there's logical people out there that can use it for a fair argument. That I've watched their game, but people say, "Oh, they must have a shit game because they got low XG." But I watched the game. I've seen Tottenham pepper someone basically with my own eyes. They get peppered. They're in good positions. They're not scoring. They're shots to get blocked, but they're peppering them. But because the XG said it's low, they must have had a poor game. So
what people don't understand, right? What people don't understand. Okay, ultimately, any stats. What do we get? Stats from football. All you're doing is you're modeling the game, right? You're taking out a load of noise and you're narrowing down into one specific thing. But ultimately, of course, any specific statistic, depending on how it's used, will be either more productive or more useful or not less useful. Like if you only look at XG and that's the only, because you only get XG for shooting, right? You may have an incredible chance, pass, getting really good dangerous positions. Unless you shoot, that XG is 0, right?
Exactly.
It's not a crap stat. Your interpretation of the stat is crap.
Yes.
It's a valid number. It's how you interpret. If you use
I just think the number needs to be a bit more personalized. Again, I would say number needs to be more personalized.
Before we go, let me just.
Not enough data.
All right, guys, I want to hear what Jay has to say.
Get rid of XG.
Let me just quickly say on it.
Let's get back on track.
Let me speak quick because I'll actually be quick. Let me say because I'll actually be quick. And then Jay can go. This stat XG, when they want to talk about, oh, look at the number. If a player gets in a threatening position and doesn't choose to shoot, that's threatening as we're watching the game and knowing how dangerous the opportunity was, but they didn't take the shot. This is what's crazy to me. I'm going to drop off camera.
But there's something called expected threat.
Exactly. That's what I say. Expected threat, field tilt, all of these things take into account.
Expected threat.
What's your prediction?
But this is the thing, right? As long as you know the limitations and as long as you know the shortcomings of a particular number, it's fine to use it because but the problem is when people take that number and they extrapolate a whole load of other shit from that number. Because ultimately XG, you're looking at XG in different games, so it's an indicator, but it's not everything because they only use everything as a whole match.
Of this will be
all right, guys. There's two topics I need to discuss before we move on. So let's try to get to those.
So just really
first, big up to Red Indian for the super chat. Salah's better than Foden. Foden's better than Saka. Facts. No English bias here. Okay, buddy.
Okay, so can I just quickly say, just on XG, just really rapidly. The thing about XG is it's basically modeling, like Rack said, in terms of the position. So that gives you the opportunity to understand who overperforms XG and who underperforms, and that will then illustrate who's a good finisher, who's a bad finisher. If Spurs play Newcastle, dominate the game, and give Newcastle 2 open goals, and Newcastle have an XG of 1.5, I don't go away from that saying, oh my God, Newcastle killed us. I just say Tottenham gave up very clear chances to Newcastle, and that has absolutely no bearing on the context of the game if I was going to give an evaluation. So it's very simply just saying XG is the expected threat. You can't model it on different players because that's what shows how good Palmer is, because it's showing that average players in that position don't do what Palmer does. So therefore, his overperformance of his XG actually supports the fact he's a superior finisher to his peers. That's why you don't model it per person per se.
Before we end up staying here for another 2 hours, guys, quick, just one, if you guys can give me the quickest response to this question. I know it's a loaded question. Who's the best center back in the world right now? Would you say it's Rudiger, Van Dijk?
Virgil van Dijk, no question.
So right now, as we speak, right now, I'm not gonna lie, as in form.
Right now, if you had to say this person's the best in that position in the world,
right? Like as it stands, I'm not gonna lie, it is Van Dijk for me. Right now, as it stands,
it's VVD. Yeah, it's VVD currently. Sadly,
he's been a monster, bro.
You know what? Yeah, like I've not watched enough foreign leagues to know what's going on in the other leagues, but in the Prem, I'd give it Saliba.
I'm not gonna lie,
or maybe Gabriel, because the thing is one of those. Not saying Van Dijk isn't a me. I don't want to fall into the narrative of, because Saliba hasn't won anything, I can't rate him. Because Liverpool fans were exactly the same when Van Dijk was first at Liverpool, when he wasn't winning anything. They were like, trust me, he's the best centre-back in the world. Can you not see it? And everyone would be like, he's not winning anything, blah, blah, blah. So this time, I'm starting early with the player, and I'm saying, if it wasn't for the fact that Saliba hasn't won anything, is there any other reason why I'd say Van Dijk was better? And I don't think I would. So I'm going to give it Saliba.
Yes.
Just.
I still think.
Maybe
if someone said if you could pick any centre back right now in world football and you need to start a season, who for you would be the best centre back in the world? I still stand by why I say it's for me. It's Saliba.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to fund the narrative. Gabriel's been really good as well.
Yeah, but he's had a couple of his moments where he's been really good in attacking threats.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I do think it could be.
He's got a bit of a cut something, but when it comes to the defending part, anyways, is for what I think this season, I think Saliba's.
I feel like he's got a little bit of pace on Van Dijk as well.
Guys, the final topic is actually Liverpool and Chelsea together. A lot of people have been criticizing both Liverpool and Chelsea because of the easy fixtures.
Can I explain my
Okay.
You're lagging though heavily.
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry,
now you're good. Now you're good.
Okay. Van Dijk is quite clearly the best because he has the broadest skill set. And I'm not just saying, like, Saliba is very good in one-on-one defending and it's fast. Yes, I agree. Has he got the passing range of Van Dijk? Absolutely nowhere near. Has he got the aerial dominance of Van Dijk? Absolutely. No, he doesn't. Miguel, he doesn't have. If he had Gabriel next to him, Arsenal will get dunked on in the air. No, exactly. So all round, Van Dijk is clearly the best in my opinion. Saliba is a very good young defender. I think the partnership of Gabriel and Saliba is the best in the league. So I'll give you that. But if you put Van Dijk, how many centre-back partners have Van Dijk had? Van Dijk had Joe Gomez, Joel Matip, Dejan Lovren, all at his level of performance doesn't drop. These guys, a lot of these guys, if you see them play without Van Dijk, they're shocking.
We used to say the same thing before. Your Liverpool fan base put the pedals on Van Dijk early. So we're doing the same thing for Saliba now. Because you know what it is? I believe with Saliba, you say Van Dijk's got an aerial prowess over Saliba, but to be fair, when it goes, that's what we know defensively and attackingly, of course, because he's known for that. But how many times have we seen Saliba get out jumped in the air? By the way, when it comes to crosses,
no, it's true.
I haven't. Him and Gabriel basically. So, and when it comes to the pass rank, I've seen Saliba ping it to Trossard a number of times. But in my opinion, Van Dijk is the better passer. His passing is ridiculous. Yeah, 1v1 defending.
Yeah.
Saliba's better than him.
But
we're forgetting
Saliba's
Saliba's 23.
Romero's passing over Saliba.
We're forgetting
Well.
Saliba's
He's got age on him as well. I don't think Van Dijk's amazing.
But
he is.
But
you convinced me. I'm going Van Dijk.
That wasn't your question. That wasn't your question. Your question
Leadership.
was
The reason why I mentioned that is because at the age of 23, he's so close to one of the best in the world, which makes me believe he will be the best in the world very soon. And I already believe he is.
So then you've answered your own argument, though. But you just answered.
In order for him, 1 second, but in order for him to be considered the best in the world, it has to be no debate. I think the person who would get the least pushback is probably still Van Dijk, because he has the trophies, he has the silverware, he's done it for several years. There's still people who say,
honestly, but even if you take all that, if you just watch how broad and how rounded his game is compared to everybody else, I don't even think
let me know.
We'll have to get back to this another day, because I think the last 2 seasons, I think Saliba's been better than Van Dijk in the Premier League.
Yes,
I think Saliba and Gabriel have been better. But if you want as an individual player, I don't think either.
I'm not gonna lie. Can I ask you a question, quick, Jake? I'm trying to think. Name me a weakness of Saliba real quick. Just one thing. What's his weakness?
I would say
no.
His only weakness
is not having a trophy to his name.
No, the only thing I can remotely think is occasionally he can be a little bit slow to the channels. Occasionally. It's not even something I can. But for France, someone's coming. For France, he does look, and I'm thinking to myself, is it Saliba or is it Saliba, Gabriel, and the Arteta system? Because for France, he doesn't look the same.
Yeah, but Van Dijk, he got player of the tournament.
Van Dijk's horrible for Netherlands.
He got player of the tournament.
But my eyes work, bro.
The last international,
like a number of times that he slips up.
Bro,
slip up.
France in the Euros were solid defensively. Their attack barely scored.
I remember a moment where Saliba made a terrible mistake and someone bailed him out. Was it Kante? Was it Kante bailed him out when he made a terrible mistake?
Bro, I get it.
Yeah, it was.
We're going to have to come back to this conversation 100 times over.
Weakness is his age.
But 1 second.
That's it.
Blaze comes out and says, are you going to predict Chelsea win this week? Yeah. Who are you guys playing? Doesn't matter.
You have to now.
You're playing Nottingham Forest at home.
I wouldn't discount the way Forest tried to set up away from home, though. We talk about Nuno Espirito Santos. He don't give a shit. He will play part of the bus just like he did against Liverpool.
Bro, Cole Palmer just came off the back of scoring 4 goals.
I couldn't give a toss.
The team. There's 2 cases for Chelsea and Liverpool both. There's a case to say their fixtures have been relatively easy, and this run that they're on is because of the level of.
I mean, that's not. I would argue that's true. I wouldn't even disagree with that. I think our fixtures.
Right?
But you know what it is. I'm gonna link this. Sorry, Ahmed, this is your cue if you want to take it. But I've got a doubt as much as I praise Chelsea in it. So I think Chelsea have been superior to teams that want to attack them. Yeah, but I'm just gonna go off of what I've seen this season at your ground. Palace part the bus on them. Chelsea struggle for chances and we ain't really seen them consistently have teams that go low block against them. Nottingham away from home are known to do low block. Yeah, and he doesn't give a toss and he will put in his guns later in that. That's where Chelsea might get a late win. I don't see this being a high scoring game. If they get a goal early enough, obviously Chelsea, because they got enough firepower, then it's game over. But it's the same thing with Liverpool. As soon as there was the low block up against them for the first time, they struggle again, which we know from them from last year.
I think for me, again, this is why I think it's a really good test. This is going to be a good test for us. We're going to be facing a team that can do the low block really well. This is a time, can we see a guy like Sancho shine here, help to break up the low block for us? A Palmer, a Jackson with his interlinking play, right? Madueke, can he beat his man 1v1 and provide that space in that low block to put the cross in? So I think for me, it's a good fixture for us to see that, and I believe we can do that. And last time they beat us 1-0 actually at home, if I'm not mistaken. Was Elanga that scored against us as well on a great counter-attack. So listen, I think this time we'll beat them. And I think it'll probably be a good 2-0, I'd say 2-0.
2-0. What's the accent there? 2-0. You change your voice.
I don't change the accent. It's just maybe to say the way they say nil is a bit different, but no.
Okay. Anyways,
just a little twang.
What do you think of the England coach saying Cole Palmer can play left back for England?
It's not. It's not as bants as when he said when Ian Wright said Saka could play left. Because the thing is, Carsley. You don't have no loyalty to Park. Well, he does a bit because he played it on the 21s.
He loves him.
Having your legends say, "Yo, go play left back." That's iconic. Do you know what I mean? That is what we call cinema, Igal. So
and you know something?
It's not the same, bro. I see you trying to run that narrative. Not quite the same for me.
He's not Arsenal ambassador anymore, so we don't care. Anyways.
Wow, is that true? Like, is he not? Did they actually strip of the ambassadorship?
Have you seen him? Have you seen him do anything?
It's crazy.
Listen,
have you seen him? One second. We got a super chat. Big up. The disrespect on Virgil van Dijk is real, man. Been compared to the likes of Saliba before there was Maguire. Man's finish behind Messi for Ballon d'Or, and there are 1v1 videos showing professional players. What is that word?
You know, about how to defend, basically. But I'm not trying to hear that because this is the same fan base. And sorry if it doesn't apply to you, but I don't give a toss. Same fan base where he had one great season for Liverpool and he's putting up as the best Premier League centre back ever. And in like John Terry, Tony Adams, and all these men.
But the difference is it's not just the Liverpool fan base who say this.
Yeah, no, it is.
He's an exceptional defender. But he's on a different level to other defenders.
At that point in time, when it was like, what, 18, 19, 17, put him as the best. I remember this. I wasn't even on YouTube. You don't have to be on YouTube. I just remember just Twitter itself. And obviously, sometimes you shouldn't always go for what Twitter says. But back then, Twitter used to be quite logical. Unless Twitter avies, like with fucking profile pictures of footballers, they were putting that on that sense. But now we want to do it with Saliba. Now it's called disrespect because man's at a certain age and man's taking over the reins. So what's the difference?
He's been better than him the last 2 years. That's a fact. And you know what? Big up to Van Dijk himself. Not many people as well can come back from an ACL and perform at that level. So on that end, though, that's big. And big up to Super Chatter.
ACL is not the debilitating injury that used to be maybe 20 years ago.
Guys, let me just finish up with Chelsea before we start off with Liverpool one more time. I'm going to say Chelsea beat Nottingham Forest. I'm going to say Cole Palmer continues his goal-scoring range. But I'm looking at Chelsea's midfield and defense to see if they can keep up with the attack, because the attack is playing really well. It's just, can the midfield and the defense hold it down for them? Because in some of these games, they're giving away goals that are not necessarily.
I think the last in the last game against Brighton, it was just really Sanchez was having his usual bozo moment, and that's pretty much what it came down to.
What about even in Europe? You guys gave away a silly goal.
But those guys never play for us, bro. They don't play for us in the EPL. That's like a whole different team. Again, like you said it yourself, that's literally a whole different team. And by the way, the 2 goals that we conceded, were because of Buddy Issue. Tosin and what's it called, Disasi kept the line. Buddy Issue was like a whole 1 meter away that kept both those guys on side. So,
another guy who got compared to Saliba.
Anyway. Well, he was good at one point, but then the hamstring injury, like the injury affected that brother, bro. He's not been the same since the hamstring injury. Not been the same.
Hey, hamstring, calves, the worst injuries, because they linger and they just keep coming back. But do you think Chelsea are properly rated or overrated based on the fixtures that you've had leading up to these?
I mean, it depends on how people are talking about. For me personally, I think it's I'm
hearing title race.
I think, listen, we're doing the job that we need to do to get top 4. We continue to do that. We're continuing to progress. And for me personally, the real test is coming. First game away after international against Anfield. Then I think we got Newcastle, United, and Arsenal, one more team, and Arsenal. That's when we're gonna really see.
Let me ask you one more question. Do you think you have the best squad in the league?
No, I don't think so. Why would I say that?
Your fan base do. They think you have the best squad.
Yeah, but again, what they say and what I believe, I always say is 2 different things. I think for me, we still need to add. I think defensively, we still need to add a bit more female additions. We're not good in that department at all. Once we add that department and the goalkeeping department, I think there needs to be one big guy to come in. I think then we can start having those arguments.
I can argue they got the best variety of attacking options. Maybe I think that could be a good one, and I think Liverpool do too. I think it's criminally underrated. I'll hold my hands high and say Gakpo is coming off the bench and doing a similar thing to what Neto's doing. Basically, just go and score when you need to score in minimal minutes, stuff like that. Jackson scoring just like Jota scoring. Salah's just Salah. Cole Palmer's just Cole Palmer. You can even have other options. Nunes is doing things where he needs to do as well. Unfortunately, he's not the greatest in the eye, but he does a job. So I think both of them have good attacking options, isn't it? But for me, I told it and I'll say it now. Just because people want to do up this mad glizzy glaze for Arsenal, I said, fuck it. I'm going to do the same thing for Chelsea. I don't give a shit if they perform bad.
You're going to go glaze for glaze.
Oh, glizzy glaze in Chelsea.
Glaze is crazy. Oh my God.
Glizzy glaze in Chelsea.
That is mad.
Just to spin a narrative so I can see something. People see certain amount of numbers and views and all this shit on purpose. And they say, oh, you know what? Let me jump on that train. I'm going to call out every single one of those begs.
Yeah.
That's
but
Kaz,
man said 2 hands on the hot dog.
But Kaz, if you had to pick a team to kind of to glaze a little bit, thinking they're on the way up, would it be Chelsea?
Right, guys,
do you think they're on a good trajectory?
Put down the Krispy Kreme donuts, guys.
I think you're allowed. I think you could. I think it's
put down the
obviously Chelsea's the more notable one because they finished 6th, but I think it's okay to say the same about Liverpool as well. Yeah. I think.
How do you feel about Liverpool as well?
My man's not defending my captain here. Oh my God, bring in Hussam. Yo, he's not he's not reading your thing, Rack. He's like, you need to defend.
He said you need to go hard in the paint. You need to go hard in the paint, bro. Go hard in the paint.
He wants you to be more argumentative.
There's 3 teams you can say, and right now I'm not being mad convinced at them, but they're managing at the moment is Aston Villa, bro. So
yeah, I like Villa.
On that note, they just
hype.
Yeah, he's becoming quite good, but I'm going for Ramsey though, man.
Ramsey, Duran.
Kamara's coming back now.
Yeah, Kamara will be back soon as well. They've got a good team.
We're gonna have to talk about Villa after they beat Manchester United this weekend. It's gonna be entertaining. But Rack, your team also has the same tag, a little overhyped because of your fixtures. Your manager even spoke about it and said we haven't played many great teams yet. People are going to criticize us, and fairly so. You must agree with him. Also, do you think you guys are going to be able to, once the fixtures swing, do you think you'll be able to keep up with the Real Madrids, the Arsenals coming up, the Chelseas, the Man Cities, all these tough games coming up in the next 2 months?
So, I don't know. I wouldn't say overhyped, but I would say under the slot, we are against the toughest teams because we're playing against the toughest team so far.
I can't hear you, bro. It's robotic.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Give me the bro.
So, yeah. Can you hear me?
Sorry.
A little bit better.
Okay. We are kind of.
It's gone again.
Come back.
1 second.
Sounds like Crash Bandicoot when he
Yo, you're not even there anymore. Your picture's gone.
That's a nice nostalgic reference. I want to play Abe's Odyssey as well. I don't know if you're too young for Abe's Odyssey.
Yeah, maybe.
I remember Links. You guys remember Links?
I think so. Clashing. No, I remember.
You guys don't know about buying a Master System and Alex the Kid coming with it. Don't worry about
you guys that. Do you guys remember taking out the Super Smash Brothers and blowing on it?
Yes. Oh my God, Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my first console,
that sentence was very carefully navigated by you, Igal. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, very, very nicely done.
I'm used to all the pauses nowadays. Anyways, I'm just gonna say this.
Can I ask the panel?
I'm just gonna say this. Are Liverpool title contenders?
I don't know.
To say
yes,
we'll find out this period.
I think it's too early to say they are.
But guys, who is the best team that Liverpool have played?
Man United.
AC Milan. AC Milan was the best team they faced.
But even AC Milan, how many Premier League teams would dog?
No, but in terms of but again, in terms of like what the team is that plays,
but
the strongest team probably is AC Milan.
Would smash them up.
I'm telling you now, at Ten Hag versus Man United smashing that AC Milan. I mean, you know what?
I have the list of teams they faced. Let me show you the list of teams they faced. They faced Ipswich, Brentford. Oh my God, this list is crazy.
I told you they've not played anyone yet.
They haven't faced anyone of note. Look at this.
This is the best team they played.
Ipswich, Brentford, Man United, Nottingham Forest, AC Milan, Bournemouth, West Ham, Wolves, and Bologna.
Their hardest test was either Wolves or Bologna. I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
They lost to Nottingham Forest, to be fair.
Nah, bro. Think about it. Like, Bournemouth had a disallowed goal. Bournemouth were in that game to start off with as well. So I'm looking at, obviously, they smashed up Brentford. But, like, Kaz, I know you can obviously say Spurs haven't done X and Y. But, like, this is not a hard... Well, this is... And against Wolves, they weren't super convincing either. They didn't create loads. They didn't have lots of chances. I need to. They've not really played a traditional. Well, you got United, but
do you know who they're facing now? This is where it gets tough. Look at this. So they're going to face Chelsea.
Please, Palace, if there's a time, please, before the break, please.
And then look at this.
Please.
Look at that.
I need to crash on Mons. No, they are in a title race because Mons doesn't think they are, and we need to apply pressure. No matter what, from all angles on any stream, we all must crash down on Mons and what we call the Liverpool Brigade. I've had enough of it.
I understand.
I've had enough of it. Yeah, man.
Hey,
so we must
I personally have been saying it for a while. First time I agree with Gary Neville. I don't think Liverpool are in a title race. It's their first season.
How
they're I think honestly for them to expect this manager to come in and have them in a title race right away itself is very ambitious.
Nah, man, I don't want to hear that. I've seen Chelsea.
We know what I would say.
I saw Conte come in his first season, change everything up after Henderson's smashed it in. I think it was at Stamford Bridge or whatever. I still remember that 3-0, and then all of a sudden, the back three comes in, they go win the league. First year managers can win. And you know what? We might have underestimated the situation.
You know what I will say with Liverpool? Again, this upcoming fixture of like RB Leipzig, Chelsea, all these big teams they have to face, that's when you will see if they're in a title race or not, bro. If they can win these games or even draw them, you know what I mean, and get through this fixture and still be relatively in second place or maybe first place or in and around there, then you really don't have an excuse other than to say they're in a title race.
Yeah, but you know what is? We shouldn't really, as content, we should not be, or even just as fans, we shouldn't even talk about a title race, 5 games, 6 games in realistically. We should wait for at least 10, 12, at least next international break, not this one, the next one. Then we can give it a bit of a thing like, okay, this is where that period coming up in December is when we all know that we have the same conversation every single year. Every single year. It starts shaping up in this like late December, and you know where it is, and you know where you need to be. That's it, man. There's no title race till then. You know what? If you look at Chelsea,
was it last year, Kaz? Was it last year? It was last year, right? Villa were top going to Villa and played Arsenal on top of the league, or they were going into like the week 10 or something like they were top of the league. They're like, oh, Villa going to challenge for the league, and obviously they still had a very good season for them, but like there's so many more games to go, and just going back to what I was saying, like.
Chelsea's fixture list is better than people think as well, man. You go look at how spread out it is in terms of fixtures away and home and stuff like that. It's actually quite nice for Chelsea. That's why I said you can't knock it. I don't think you'll win the league, Chelsea. I'm not going to lie. Like, but I think they're going to be up there. Like Liverpool last year, they're going to be up there until a good.
I think of Chelsea, and my aim for Chelsea this season, make sure we secure top 4 in a relatively relaxed pace and get maybe FA Cup, Carabao Cup, plus the guaranteed UEFA Conference League.
Out of you two, do you think Chelsea could finish third?
No.
No. Yeah.
I would.
Them two. Never mind.
I'd be very disappointed if we finished behind Chelsea.
Because it would mean Liverpool must have had to lose Salah, someone else that's a bit crazy for that to happen, or like there has to be something to happen at Liverpool, which is crazy for that to occur, basically.
Look, there's part of it I would suspect would be a regression, but it would be a regression against Chelsea coming from very far back. I think it would also mean that their recruitment, which a lot of people laughed at for most of last season, would have to come good in a very strong way for that to happen. And if it does, then obviously they deserve a lot of credit.
Yeah,
and obviously if
that
happens,
it's 10 games. You know, all of a sudden, I know it's not going to happen, but let's just say Man United get a manager bounce of whoever it might be, and they go win. Let's just say, hypothetically, 9 wins and a draw. All of a sudden, United's up there. And then you're having another conversation. That's how quick things can change on its head. Just like that. It's same thing with Villa, like Newcastle. Remember Newcastle's jumped from the bottom of the league. And all of that run. That 2022, 23 form. Crazy if you look at it in that way. This is football, man.
We're going to leave it here. If you guys were to say Liverpool were to win the Champions League over the league,
make me sick. No.
Hey, it is what it is.
I don't want to believe it. I refuse.
It's an open league title, though. With no Rodri, it's an open league title. Anyone can win it. All I'm saying is, if Chelsea finish above Arsenal or
Man City, according to you,
if Chelsea finish above Arsenal, Liverpool, or Man City, it will be a shock to everybody. But hey, what is this guy saying? The fact that rivals speak about Liverpool being in a title race at 6 games, we are itching What? We are itching
I like this guy, man.
after
He's a
spending
king, man.
600 million to still be at the top of the table. You know what? Yeah, some people spend a lot of money, but you guys are still at the table. But it doesn't mean you're going to win anything.
Can I respond to one comment? Because he's in our.
Because we've seen Tottenham at the top of the table last year at this point.
Wolves. I don't know if that's an I or one these days because that's resembling how many points Wolves have this season. So you need to have a look at your own name. Which one is it? Wait, we've always got tomorrow, by the way. Just a quick one.
No, but I just want to say the Red Indian. Just because Liverpool are top of the table right now doesn't mean shit. You need to be top of the table at the end of the season. Not
everybody.
Oh no, Leeds has bowled it. Sorry. Mesney Howler, bro. This guy was. Oh, sorry.
What's the score?
2-2 now. Sunderland just scored in the 96th minute.
Yeah, you gotta feel sorry for Joe. Anyways, people saying win something before you talk about other teams. The fuck? What are we
You can talk about anything. You don't have to. You can. Even if you're at the top of the table.
Wait, Gal, don't run the stream no more. You're not allowed. You know what? You're not allowed to talk to the stream no more. Fuck it.
Yeah, man, it's time to log off, man. If you listen,
the funny thing is, the guy came on my channel to comment on my chat to say my name and tell me not to talk about football. You're here watching us talking about football. What the fuck?
Can I shamelessly plug my everyone pretty much knows Never Foul by now, but no one knows that. There you go. There's the channel. We got 350 subs or something like that in not even 12 hours. So big up.
Let me put Ahmed's thing too also in there. Bridge
no. Ahmed's known now. He's established. Let's establish another one now. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, big up, man.
Kaz is going for that. Now you can do the whole Mourinho little horse thing. Ahmed was doing it earlier. Mourinho's little horse.
Guys, we're gonna end it off here, guys. Big up everyone. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate it, guys. Big up to everyone, especially Red Indian. Liverpool fan, really do appreciate your support. Skills, really do appreciate your support. I know we're going back and forth over Liverpool, but I like it. It's a good discussion.
It's Skills
We'll see how you guys do when you face Chelsea, Real Madrid, Man City, Arsenal. Because right now you still haven't faced anybody of note to say you guys are really, really, really back to your best. But hey, you're playing well. Keep it up. We're out. Peace.